They're very attractive words to jump on. And the way they've crept into the language is interesting. We go to a local video store and they sell hardware, which are the machines, and they carry software.
Every other video frame. Hardware and software now refer to more than just computers and their programs, but like tangible objects and intangible objects. So my head is filled with software. I've got all these ideas, but if I take and build something, that would be hardware.
The round bulbs, why are they square?
Well, those are low-res bulbs there. I swapped out the high-res bulbs because the high-res bulbs are so polygon intensive.
Like if you get up in the morning and you're not feeling very good, you may say, I feel really low-res, versus, high-res, real sharp and ready to go.
We don't talk to people anymore, we interface with them.
I'm in work mode, I'm in vacation mode. When I'm in work mode, don't talk to me about my home life. And when I'm in vacation mode, don't bother me with work. I heard an interesting one the other day, using read-only memory, referring to a person. So he's got read-only memory, which means that you can't get an idea into the person, but he's full of them to give out to you.
The center of gravity of American English seems to have moved from the East Coast to the West Coast, and everything is happening in California now.
American English, especially vernacular American English, slang and idiom and so on, is spoken by people who don't even know that it's American. They assume it's English. Also, I regret to say that a great many students and businessmen and so on of all nations pick up the bureaucratic American English, which is full of polysyllables, and has lost simple prepositions and simple English.
In the elephantine circumlocutions of the Pentagon, bombing is air support. The dead and wounded are inoperative combat personnel, and a parachute drop is a pre-dawn vertical insertion. It's the ordinary fighting men who've given us boondocks for the sticks, gung-ho for keen, honcho for boss, and the universal acronym SNAFU for Situation Normal, all f***ed up.
There's an old saying that a language is a dialect with an army and a navy. And in the past, all international languages have first followed the flag of imperial conquest, like Greek, Latin, French, and Spanish. But the story of English is different. When the British Empire began to fade, American power gave the language new life. And now there's a third stage. English has outgrown both its British and American parents. And out there, across the Pacific and around the world, regardless of mother tongue, English is everybody's second language.
In 1984, 3 out of every 5 jumbos in the air were flying the Atlantic. Today, 3 out of 5 are crossing the Pacific. Now, world trade and world English are taking off together. Japan is the engine room of the new Pacific economy. It has an astonishing 20,000 English words in everyday use, known as Japlish. For a Japanese, home is my home. Where you live is my town. If you're popular, you're a nice guy. Teenagers have girlfriendu and boyfriendu. English is everywhere, from the top 20 to the fast food business. Japlish runs from the manager to the menu. Eisu krimu, mirku, and even hamburger.
We in Oxford sell more English dictionaries in Japan than we do in the United States. They read them and use them and conquer the language. The learning industry of the Japanese is quite extraordinary.
English Picture Dictionary D.
Dream.
Dream.
Dream. Ring.
Japan is very important in Pacific English.
Singapore is a multiracial society, Chinese, Indian, and Malay. But to unify its people, it puts English first.
The first business of any language is to help our people make a living. And it's no use fulfilling our cultural selves if we can't fulfill our biological selves. So we make a living, and that means we have to learn English.
Singapore's prosperity was founded on ship repairs. These workers depend on English for their dealings with the outside world.
All this business has been done in English, and contract documents has been done in English too. The Japanese suppliers will come to the shipyard when there's a problem area with the material they furnish. This black cloth material, we don't have any major complaint, but there's some minor complaint I'm going to tell you. We deal with the Chinese, we deal with the Americans, we deal with the Russians, we deal with the European, and we even deal with the Indonesians. Problem area we can take care of.
We couldn't foresee that English would become the regional lingua franca, that the Indonesians would move towards English and away from Dutch, and that the Thais would move more strongly into English and away from French.
Even after gaining our independence, countries of Singapore, Malaysia, and Hong Kong are using English increasingly so to do this business.
We were fortunate in that, quite fortuitously, American technological and economic dominance coincided with our English heritage. So the problem was solved for us. It was a bonus.
It's government policy to promote correct English at every level. Li Sao-ling was hired by the Straits Times to help its journalists brush up their sentences.
Singaporeans are pragmatic, practical, and English is the way by which we earn a living. For us, modernization has come through English. So much of our international trade, 3 times our gross domestic product, that's our international trade figures, has to be through the medium of English.
Now let's go very quickly through today's headlines.
Good English is seen as an essential part of progress in law, government, trade, and especially information.
Tell me what you have found wrong. The one I spotted, one of the very awkward ones, is on page 12. Package to help the poor coming. This is awkward. This is the kind of thing we're talking at the headline forum. Peter, I see you shaking your head.
Coming is so far divorced from the word package.
Exactly. No. It's too far away from package. So it should be
nearer.
Package coming to help the poor. Otherwise, it sounds as if the poor are coming at you, which is not what is meant. If you look quickly at section 2.
We just have to have